What if I told you that one of the most important exercises you can do after 60 doesn't require a gym, a treadmill, or even putting on your shoes? You can do it right on your bed. And here's why this matters. Many people over 60 walk every single day. They walk around the neighborhood, around the house, or on a treadmill. They believe that because they're walking, they're keeping their legs strong. But walking and strength are not the same thing. Walking is fantastic for your heart, circulation, endurance, and mobility. But if your real goal is to make it easier to get out of a chair, climb stairs, step over a curb, or catch yourself when you lose your balance, your muscles need something walking doesn't always provide: resistance. And there's one simple bed exercise that can activate some of the most important muscles for standing and moving. It's called the glute bridge. It looks almost too easy, but when you perform it correctly, you're asking your hips, glutes, hamstrings, and core to work together. And there's another reason I like this exercise for adults over 60. You perform it lying down. That means you can train important muscles without immediately putting your full body weight through your knees, ankles, and hips. In today's video, I'll show you exactly how to do it, the 3 mistakes that make it almost useless, how many repetitions you actually need, and then I'll give you 4 simple bed movements you can add if you want a more complete lower body routine. And stay until the end, because I'll show you the one small progression that can make this exercise much more challenging without buying a single piece of equipment. Let's begin. Number 5, glute bridge. This is the exercise I want you to pay the most attention to. Lie flat on your back with your knees bent and your feet resting comfortably on the mattress. Place your feet about hip-width apart. Your arms can rest beside you, with your palms facing down. Now take a breath and gently tighten your stomach. Then push through your feet and slowly lift your hips toward the ceiling. You don't need to lift as high as possible. Our goal is to create a fairly straight line from your shoulders toward your knees without aggressively arching your lower back. At the top, squeeze your buttocks for about 2 seconds. Then slowly lower your hips back toward the mattress. That slow lowering is important. Don't simply drop your hips. Try taking about 3 seconds to come down. Start with 2 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. As you become stronger, work toward 2 or 3 sets of 12 to 15. And here's the first mistake to avoid. Don't push your hips so high that your lower back takes over. If you feel the movement mostly in your lower back, reduce the height and focus on squeezing your glutes. The second mistake is placing your feet too far away from your body. That can change the mechanics and make the exercise feel completely different. And the third mistake is rushing. The goal isn't to see how many bridges you can do. The goal is to make each repetition controlled. This exercise is especially useful because your glutes are involved in powerful movements such as standing up, climbing stairs, and extending your hips. But remember, this doesn't mean you should stop walking. Think of it this way. Walking trains movement and endurance. The bridge adds resistance-based strength work. You want both. Number 4, bed knee extension. Now let's target one of the muscles that becomes extremely important as we get older: your quadriceps. These are the large muscles on the front of your thighs. They're heavily involved when you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, and straighten your knee. For this exercise, sit comfortably on the edge of your bed with your back upright. Keep one thigh supported and let your lower leg hang naturally. Now slowly straighten your knee. Raise your foot until your leg is almost straight. Pause for 1 or 2 seconds. Tighten the front of your thigh. Then slowly lower your foot. Don't swing your leg. Don't kick. Make the movement smooth. Start with 8 to 12 repetitions per leg. You can eventually work toward 2 or 3 sets. If you're sitting on a soft mattress and your position feels unstable, move to a firmer surface or use your bed only if you can sit safely. And here's why this movement matters. You could be able to walk for 30 minutes and still have difficulty getting up from a low chair. That's because endurance and strength aren't identical. This simple knee extension gives the quadriceps a more direct strengthening stimulus than ordinary walking. And if you're currently weak, start very gently. You don't need ankle weights on day one. Your first goal is simply to control the movement. Number 3, pillow squeeze. Now we're going to work an area that many people completely ignore. Your inner thighs. Lie comfortably on your back with your knees bent. Place a pillow or folded towel between your knees. Now gently squeeze your knees toward each other. Don't crush the pillow. Just create steady pressure. Hold the squeeze for about 5 seconds. Then relax slowly. Repeat for 8 to 12 repetitions. This movement is simple, but it teaches your legs to work together and challenges the muscles on the inside of your thighs. These muscles help control the position of your legs and contribute to hip stability. And here's something important. When you're over 60, balance isn't only about your feet. Your ankles, knees, hips, and trunk all have to work together. That's why I don't want you to focus only on walking forward. You also want to maintain the strength and control needed when your body moves sideways, turns, or changes direction. Keep your breathing normal while doing this. Don't hold your breath during the squeeze. And remember, the exercise should feel like muscular effort, not sharp pain. If you have significant hip or groin pain, stop and get individual medical advice before continuing. Number 2, bed hamstring curl. Next, let's move to the back of your thighs. These muscles are called your hamstrings. Lie on your stomach if that position is comfortable for you. Keep your legs extended. Now slowly bend one knee, bringing your heel toward your buttocks. You don't have to bring the heel all the way up. Go only as far as you comfortably can. Pause briefly, then slowly straighten the leg again. Try taking about 3 seconds to bend and 3 seconds to lower. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions on each leg. Then gradually work toward 12 to 15. Here's the important part. Keep your hips relatively still. Don't lift your pelvis off the mattress just to get your heel higher. The movement should come primarily from bending the knee. If lying on your stomach is uncomfortable, skip this exercise. You don't have to force your body into a position that doesn't feel right. And that's a major principle for exercising after 60. The best exercise is not the one that looks hardest. It's the one you can perform safely and consistently. Number 1, heel and toe raises. And now we come to one of the easiest movements in the entire routine. But don't underestimate it. Sit on the edge of your bed or on a sturdy chair. Place both feet flat on the floor. Keep your upper body tall. First, lift both heels off the ground. Rise onto the balls of your feet. Pause for a second, then slowly lower your heels. Repeat this 15 times. Now reverse the movement. Keep your heels on the floor and lift your toes upward. Pause, then lower them. Repeat another 15 times. This simple movement trains the muscles around your ankles and lower legs. And those muscles matter every time you take a step. Your feet and ankles constantly make tiny adjustments as you walk. When you step onto an uneven surface, turn around, or move around an obstacle, your lower legs have to respond quickly. So don't rush these repetitions. Make them controlled. And if 15 repetitions are easy, don't immediately start doing 100. Instead, slow the movement down. Or add another set. You can also perform the heel raises while standing and holding onto a stable surface if your balance allows it. But if you're unsteady, stay seated. Safety comes first. So, is this one bed exercise literally better than walking? No. And that's actually the point. Walking and strength training solve different problems. If you're over 60, you don't need to stop walking. You need to make your activity more complete. Walk for your endurance. Move for your mobility. And use simple resistance exercises like the glute bridge to challenge the muscles that help you stand, climb, stabilize, and stay independent. And if you're just getting started, remember this: you don't need a perfect workout. You need a workout you can actually keep doing. So tomorrow morning, before you get out of bed, Try a few slow glute bridges. Pay attention to how your hips and legs feel. And over the next few weeks, focus on gradually becoming stronger, not simply doing more repetitions. Now I'm curious, how old are you? And do you currently walk every day? Tell me in the comments. And if you want more simple, senior-friendly exercises that you can do at home, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.